Haha, people, what's going on? B5 here, back at you with another video. And today, I wanted to show you somebody different from the Phoenix Suns. Give you guys a little break from the Phoenix Suns. Let's go ahead and go down to the ATL. And look at the Hawk Stadium. I don't normally, uh, go down there and peep out their arena. But anyway, moving on. This video is about camera work. Okay, and what I want to showcase in this one, and maybe just explain some of the different cameras, why they work, why they don't, for me personally. And I got this idea because I see a lot of people on different social medias, different social sites that talk about 2K and say, hey, these camera angles, sometimes they're just not quite what they're looking for, and they're a little awkward, and they can't figure out which one that they want to rock with. Okay, and then a lot of videos on YouTube, I don't see a lot of commentators talk about this much. So and I like to be different, of course. So why not fill that void and be one of the first to talk about the camera. And I'm sure people will follow after they see this video or what have you. But either way, the point is I want to get this out so that the people have just some ideas of what everyone else is working with. All right, so moving on here. This is the camera that I like to actually I have been rolling with lately. Okay, and this one right here is the Press Zoom 10, Height 10. As you can see, the settings right there. Okay, now I normally would rock with the one I started with on this game. I was going with this one is Belubba, or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure you can correct me, guys, whatever. But I was rocking with this one for a while. Let's take a look at this. This one is that same side broadcast, but with the guy's free throwing right now. Come on, man, get past that. It has the same side view, just like that. As you can see right there, the camera kind of pans in and out as they go across half court. And I like how it's really close to the player. See how now it comes back a little bit. But the problem that I have with this and all of the side view cameras is the fact that it's very hard up there. See where those guys are at right now? It's very hard to judge the court up there, the depth perception of your picks, of where the three-point line is, layup spots, etc., only because it's the side view, that's further away from you. Obviously, you would have to be able to I'm sorry, a lot of times you're just missing out on a lot of that depth perception. Okay, the other thing is about this camera is you miss a lot of fast break opportunities. Okay, so that's one of the negatives that I have about all of these side cameras. But the problem, the thing I like about the side cameras is because that's what I'm used to seeing. I mean, like the broadcast generic. I'm used to seeing this on TV, so naturally I want to play it like I see on TV, but there's a lot of playability that's lost in translation when you try to do this. Coach, you don't even mess with, because it's just not for me. I'm gonna talk about ISO in a different video. Side camera, again, depth perception, fast break opportunity, those are hard to deal with. Skybox for me is it's too high. It's too high for me. The nosebleeds are a little closer, but again, it's too high. And and skybox and nosebleed have the same, not as much as the fast break opportunity, but the depth perception gets a little better, but not quite. Okay, and we'll talk about this in just a second here. Okay, so anything that has to do with the side is a very, I like it, but again, depth perception for the court that's away. And also fast break opportunity is very hard to see, but the pros of it is something that I'm used to seeing as far as a broadcast. Now, as you can see, I have the 2K camera here, and the thing about the 2K camera is a lot of people use this, and it's a very good camera. Okay, it allows you to have full vision of your players, the defense. You can maybe read the defense, and try to run plays, etc. It just gives you a lot of visibility of what you're doing. Now that's the part that kills me, is the auto flip on there. Okay, that's the only, see how abrupt it is. It's too fast. You know what I'm saying? It's too fast for me personally. Okay, just again, this is a personal preference, because the problem that I have with it is, like, if I'm getting a rebound and I'm trying to run a fast break, like instantly run a fast break, if I want to move towards a direction before the camera flips, I will move towards that direction, but then the camera flips and now I'm going backwards, and I can step out of bounds if I'm close to the baseline or whatever. And then you can say, hey, well, why don't you wait for the camera to flip and then go and then run a fast break? Or why don't you press the opposite direction, so when the camera flips, there's other compensation for it. It's just not what I want to do. That's the best answer I can give you. It's just not what I want to do. If there was a way to tone down the speed of that auto flip, or maybe even, dare I say it, do like what Madden does and allows you to, allows it just to freeze that second, spin it around, and then get it on. Now, the other part. The other part about the 2K camera is I don't like the height. I want to be a little lower. Okay, I would like to be a little lower. Okay, so what I did was I progressed and I said, okay, let's try the Action 2. Okay, Action 1, I tried Action 1, but Action 2 seemed to be better. Seemed to be a lot better for me, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, come on. Again, he's in the free throw. This guy goes to the free throw a lot. Excuse me. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, I'm losing visibility as the defensive player. Now I understand that the camera is basically allowing you to be that, to kind of give you a simulation of one player or one or two players, and you're not really going to know what's behind you. But if I was really that player, I would know, I'd be able to turn around briefly and see what's going on. Now if I'm playing zone, I can kind of assume where my guys are going to be, because but if they're playing man, I'm pretty much screwed. So the visibility of the defense is the con of this. The pro of it is, one, it's low. I love how low it is, on offense and defense. The other thing is I get the same vision as the 2K camera. So when I'm running the plays, and like if I was the Atlanta Hawks right now, I still get that same vision to run the plays like the 2K camera. Okay, so moving on, that defense part really is the stickler, and I would love to see an auto flip on this one. If there was an auto flip on this one, I think this would probably be the camera that I would rock with. Okay, but there's just no auto flip on it. All right, and 2K, I got a suggestion for you when this ends, but let's go ahead and move on. So I decided, why not try the parametric? Okay, and I'm going to show you why I like this one. Again, I got the height that I'm looking for. I got the visual of the floor that the vision of the floor I'm looking for. And then now look what it adds. The camera comes back. Now I can see my defense, which is great. So now I'm win, right? But the problem that I have with this, and this is what holds it back for me, okay, but it's the best out of all of them, okay, is the camera is constantly on the ball. So if you're really passing the ball a lot, the camera is going to move a lot. If if your guys all over the, depending on where the ball is, depends on the camera. Now 2K, here's where the suggestion comes in. Give me an auto flip on that. Now I know I said my thing about the auto flip, but in this particular situation, I would try to make it work. Okay, but here's my remedy for the auto flip, or any of these kind of cameras where it emphasizes on a particular focus point. Allow the user to have an auto flip for one, and allow the user to be able to control how quickly the camera changes direction, or maybe put the camera set back like on the Action 2 to where the camera doesn't move as abruptly. I like where the camera is on Action 2. It's just I can't see any defense. That's my only quandary about that. Okay, but on the parametric, I would like to see the camera just be a little bit more stable. Stop being so loose. See how it's all over the place. So if you can give me an auto flip, that might remedy it, and you can allow the user to have some kind of a speed control. Anyway, hope this helps. I don't want to go too long with this video, but you know, I might talk about some of the other views, like player lock and ISO and what have you, and tell you some of my pros and cons. But anyway, it's your boy B5. I hope this helps you a little bit, and I'll see you next time. And I'm still going to make these videos and ask those questions. Why 2K is stuff still in the game?